application engineer, solid edge specialist. We'll give it about another 30 seconds and then we'll get started. Well, let's get started with this week's Tech Tuesday. Again, my name is Dewiel, Senior Application Engineer, Solid Edge Specialist for ChemLogic. And we want to talk this week about Solid Edge and back to basics. We're starting a 5-part series on the basics of Solid Edge. So follow along, if you will, please. Who we are, ChemLogic, Tech Tuesday, and the Tech Tuesday series is brought to you by ChemLogic. ChemLogic was founded in 1995. We're out of Oxford, Michigan. We handle the Ohio, Indiana, Pennsylvania, and Michigan areas for engineering hardware and software. If you think of what we do, it can be best to put it in 3 different categories: 3D scanning, 3D prototyping, and CAD. On the CAD side, we are Siemens business partners. We do the NX Solid Edge FEMAT Team Center, and we also carry Esprit. On the 3D printing side, we are a Z Corp partner. And if you see this, again, the circle that we're going around, you'll see that we're actually talking about basically taking the CAD part, dropping it in a 3D printer, and pulling out a physical model which you can hold in your hand. And then if you wanted to start that process or to even check that process, you can go through the scanner side of things and sort of the reverse engineering side, the side of our technology. You can go out there and inspect with the scanner, or you can actually take a part that was given to you, scan that, run that back in through the CAD packages, and then put that in the printer and just go right around the circle. Well, this week we're going to start Solid Edge back to basics. And in general, again, this is going to be a 5-part series, and basically it's a day in the life of a designer. We're not going to go out and solve the world's greatest problems, the world's greatest CAD problems in this series. We're going to go out and just show a simple, repeatable workflow that we can use to make parts on a day-by-day basis. Again, we are going to focus on parts, focus on the basics rather. This week it is going to be parts. The next ones are going to be sheet metal, then assembly, drawings, revision manager or file management, and then FEA, it's a little bit of FEA analysis in Simulation Express. So when we make parts, we want to talk about the use of sketches, feature-based modeling. Think of it in small bites. Again, don't try to lay out the entire part at once. Don't try to round edges that don't need to be rounded until the end. You know, those types of things. We are going to look at basic surfaces. We are going to do some treatment features, some part painter, and then if you like, we can go save it as an image and get that out. So just in this 20 minutes, that's what we're going to accomplish. So I'm going to start with the basic part. And just for the sake of time, I've gone ahead and started with some sketches. It's okay to lay out your part in the sketch, whether it comes from AutoCAD or you know, another CAD package or something that you want to lay out yourself and it's just an idea. It's perfectly acceptable to lay something out in sketches. Now, I'm using Solid Edge and synchronous technology. We'll go back and forth between synchronous and ordered. But inside of the synchronous technology, I just want to show you this. that I've laid out this sketch, and I'm actually making, we're going to make a name plaque for our desk. And again, may not do this every day, but this is just going to show you the basics of making a part. I pulled this region out, I pulled it out symmetrically, and I want it to go 10 inches out. To that area, I want to make an extrusion, and in this case what I want to do is I want to pick a chain, and I want to pick this sketch. This is an open profile. This is just the basis of this sketch, and since it is open, it's going to ask me which way do I want to go. So I want to go to the inside, and again we'll pull it out symmetrically, somewhere around 6 inches. Now, to the top of this surface, I want to add some pencil and pen holders, and I want to throw some circles in here. I've already locked my sketch down to this plane, and now I'm going to go down to the bottom of my screen here, and I'm going to switch to sketch view. Since I've locked to that plane, now I can actually get a better view of what I want to do. And I'm just going to put a circle out here, and then another circle inside of it, something like that. Now, we'll go ahead and add some dimensions to it. In this case, it is going to be 1.5 inches, and then this one, the inner one, will make it 1.25 inches. So we'll have something like that, and then I'll use this region that's inside of here just simply to pull this up. Now, right now the product is thinking, the solid edge is thinking I want to pull symmetrically, that if you look down below the part, you can see it try to go below. Just very, very quickly, and this is an ST4, I'll hit the shift key, and that will make it toggle between symmetry or just one way. So I just wanted to pull up one way as I have this. Now, we want to take and use as many tools as we can that sort of help us design quicker and better. We're actually a little more concerned about the function. In this case, not so much the size, not so much everything else. There are other times that you have to be more specific, and we certainly have those tools as well. But in this case, I just want to take this pen or pencil holder, and I'm just going to mirror it right about here. So I want to take advantage of the tools that are available to me. I will say I've got a name plaque with a pencil holder and pen holder on either side of the name plaque. That's all I really want to work with at this point. Now, it's perfectly okay to adjust a part after you make it. You get an idea of what you want to do, and it's okay to adjust that part. For instance, I want to take this, and I'll hit the space bar, and I'll take that, and I want to take this. I just want to move these spaces, and I just want to move those in some. Okay? And actually, I want to take this space, and I want to move this out just a touch. You see that's going to move both sides. So I want to take that face and this face and move those faces in just a little bit. Okay. So we just want to adjust that a little bit to give us a little more pleasing look. Now, to this nameplate, I want to go and add either my name or, in this case, the program's name. So we'll put solid edge out there. This is our name, this is our text, and we'll make it about 3/4 of an inch tall. We'll go over and switch this out just a little bit, and maybe Tahoma and bold, that type of thing, any way that I want to do that. And I'm going to go set it right out on this space right here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the handle of that text. And since I get, again, I lock to that plane, I can set this where I want to, or I can eyeball it, or I can measure it and put it in there. So I can have some text coming out like that. Now, simply go over to the home. We have protrusions and cuts and holes and things like that. One of the things that I want to use right now is just a normal protrusion. And I want to just pick a single chain, and I'm just going to window over this area. And it's going to go pick up just that chain only. And it's going to go, I've already got this set for 1/32 of an inch thick, if you will, to come up out of that face. So we can have something like that. Now, I might want to take this face and hold this face. I want to lift this face up just a little higher, and you'll see what I'm going to do with this in a second. So I want to lift that face up just a little bit higher. Now, at the next function of this, what I want to do is I want to switch over to the ordered environment, or the ordered workflow. It's the same environment. I want to switch over to the ordered workflow, and that's just as easy as going to the synchronous banner and just say transition to order. So you see my synchronous collector, and then you see my ordered collector, which I haven't done anything yet, but it will fill up. So I'm now in the ordered environment, and I'd like to just go ahead and make a sketch right on the ordered environment. And I want to go put some curves. And I'm going to come up kind of like that. Just, I want to be artistic, and I want to offset that curve. I want to copy that curve. And if you will, I want to offset that about a ½ inch. I'll right click because it wants to repeat that for me and trying to help it. So I've got something like that. Now, to those curves, I will put an extruded surface from the sketch, and I'll take this, and all I want to really do is just run like a piece of tape. It doesn't have to be as wide as what you think it does. I just want to run these surfaces right over there, and then I want to replace faces. So I'm going to take the top of these pencil holders, and I want to replace it with this taller ribbon. And then I want to right-click, and I want to take the top of the name plaque, and I want to replace it with that smaller ribbon and just have it something like that. Now, why I like doing this in order for surfacing is that I can take this and then just adjust this as needed. So it's a little tall, and I think this is a little tall too. So remember, I'm adjusting the sketch, which is adjusting the surface, which is the end point, if you will, the ending point of this model. So I get to go ahead and adjust that. Now, I'm going to hide my sketch, and I'm going to right-click and go out to my treatment features. Now I want to go out and I want to round. So we'll take some of these edges, we'll round these down, I think we'll round that, give it a little better, just a little better look as we have it. Now, to that face, to this part, I would tell my students that solid edge is best viewed as in three pieces, three legs, if you will. One is the graphics, the other is the properties. Who did we make it for? What did we make it out of? Why did we make it? And then the file properties. Can I use that part again? Do I have to draft it over? Can I just revise it? Those types of things. So in this case, what I want to do is I want to go to properties. I'm going to go out to material table. And I'm going to not make this out of aluminum or steel, but I'm going to go ahead and make this out of cherry, since it's going on a desk and we want it to look very, very nice. Now, this is going to be, it's brown, that's the base color of cherry. We'll let ERA give its final kick and final beautification of it, if you will. But what I want to do is I want to go to Part Painter. One of the things that I really noticed on a basic designer is they leave everything gray or the default. And I don't want you to do that. I want you to be able to have a good looking model when you present it to your customer or present it to your boss. So I'm going to go out and I'm going to pick a paint color, if you will, and I'm going to go out and I'm going to pick gold, and I'm choosing to paint a feature. I can paint everything, a face, a feature, the whole body, anything like that. I will take this feature and just take this and paint the solid edge gold. So I'm going to have something like that, and I'm going to leave it like this. Now, the interesting thing about this is I could leave it right here. We're going into photo rendering at this point. I could leave it right in here and just turn it to high quality. Now that looks pretty good as it is. I could turn it to my rendering. That looks pretty good as is. But I want to do something a little bit different with that. And I want to go out and I want to create an assembly. And although this is just one part, I do want to use the tools that are found in assembly. And I want to go over to the tools and I want to go to ERA. I just want to show you how nice of a job this is going to do. And we'll just kind of set this out about like this and simply hit scene. And what ERA is going to do is going to go out and pick up that cherry and the gold that we had set for this. And it's going to lay this part out much, much nicer. Okay? So, if I don't move my mouse again, I'll have a nice part. We'll leave it right there. Our model is now complete, ready to go. We can send that off to the customer saying this is what we're building, this is how it's going to look. Again, if you didn't want to paint it or make it out of wood, you can make it out of steel, aluminum, anything that you wanted to. I chose wood and I chose gold lettering for that. So now that I've got this part, very, very easy, just go back and save this as an image. Give it a name. We'll say this is customer approval. Customer approval. So we'll save that. Email it to say, is this what you get? Now, just so you can see that, this is the picture that we're sending to the customer saying, this is your part, this is what we're making for you. Do you like that? And of course, the answer is going to be yes. Who wouldn't like that? So, just a few basics of making the part. I know this is maybe to an experienced person, this is way oversimplified, but I just want to show you the flow of making parts. Again, so let's review. It's okay to use sketches. It's okay to lay something out and give a little bit of forethought to it. It is highly recommended. I highly recommend that you use feature base or basically build this the way you would on the shop floor. We'll put this part here, put that part there. Now I'll break the edges, and now I'll drill the holes, that type of thing. It's okay to use surfaces. Surfaces, I know we have there's a machining cost involved. You may be wondering about that. But it's okay to make that product better. It doesn't have to always be square and cubical. It can have any shape that you like. Also, treatment features, breaking corners, just rounding things, maybe chamfering, things like that, giving it a better look as we do it. Again, part painter, use that up. No more gray parts. Unless the part's gray, let's not have gray parts. Let's paint it blue, let's paint it red, and let's actually see that part for what it is. Well, I want to thank you for your time. This one was fairly short. Again, we want to just keep it simple. We want to show you exactly how easy it is just to get parts out and to make parts inside of Solid Edge. All of this type of work that we do is involved in our training. Please contact us for it. We can help you with training, making basic parts, making complex parts. Any type of workflow that you have, feel free to give us a call. The video of this will be found out on YouTube within 24 hours of this, so you can see this at any time. We have a CamLogic channel out there that you can go and see all of the Tech Tuesdays that we've done, plus many other helpful tips and tricks. Even little news articles and news stories about other functionalities. So I do thank you for joining us. Again, my name is Dewiel, Senior Application Engineer. If you have any questions, give me a call, 248-969-9201. Ask for Dale or extension 6209. You can always email me at daleb@camlogic.com. I want to thank you for your time, and we look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks with the follow-up series on basic parts or basic functionality sheet metal. Thank you, and have a good day.